All right, guys, today is honestly a super exciting day for me because what I'm about to show you is actually a dream come true. The title of this video is not clickbait. It is 100% the honest truth. And that dream is after years of trying and either not having the space or not having the equipment or both, today is the day I finally managed to make it all work out. What is that dream that has come true for me? I have my own home studio, and I'm going to share it with you guys today. Let's do it. All right, guys, hope you're doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle. What I do is I take all sorts of awesome high gain related guitar equipment, record it with a simple setup, and I give you the unprocessed audio on your end. But today we're doing something a little different because I'm going to take you guys on a tour of my brand new home studio. Now, before you get your hopes up, before you think that this is going to be anything crazy, this is very much a home studio. This is not like a professional studio that is in someone's home. No, man, like this is literally that meme that goes around on Facebook about, you know, when you're young and aspiring, in your mid-20s, you're trying to be a musician, and then by your 30s, you're just some weirdo in his home with a home studio. It's that type of home studio. But this is not for recording other bands. This is actually for me being able to record myself and either A, hopefully make some demo tracks, or B, A or and B, both, all of the above. There's only two choices. I also want to be able to work on my own tracking and my own mixing skills because I actually have recently started recording bands myself in a separate studio space, which will be another video once I finally get the time to complete it. And I really just needed something that I could record myself and not have to travel and basically lug gear back and forth in order to try to hone my skills in, and also to basically make better demo tracks and stuff for you guys, because I am a drummer. I can play bass, and obviously I can play guitar. Now, I can't do any of those things great, but I can do them well enough to write my own demo tracks and play them and record them. And that's kind of always been a dream of mine. Honestly, ever since I was young, like recording has always fascinated me, whether it be video or whether it be audio or both. So the fact that I have a job now where I get to play with that stuff on a daily basis is incredible. But the act of recording and putting together music and mixing it and listening to the outcome, all that work that you put in, is really, really satisfying to me. And I suck at it. I really, really do. But I want to get better. Now, over the years, you guys know I'm a sucker for a good deal. And what I have been doing over really the past 5 years or so, since I really kind of took the plunge into starting to learn recording for myself, is I've just been buying up deals whenever I could find them, especially on audio equipment. I've been buying like interface packages and like mixers with like monitors, and basically anytime I could find a really good deal where I could make out by selling the stuff I didn't want and keep the items that I need at low or no cost in order to kind of assemble this home studio. And I recently got the very last piece of the puzzle. But before I talk too much, I'm actually gonna take you guys with me and give you a quick little vlog style tour of that area, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it was that I was missing in order to make this dream actually come true. So I present to you the Belligerent Amateur Riff Dungeon. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's not pretty. It's not nearly finished. I mean, yeah, this is kind of like overflow storage for gear. At the moment, as you can see, this is where a lot of my amps are. This is where a lot of my cabs are. Now, it's where an actual drum set was set up, or is set up. And this is the piece that I needed in order to kind of get everything rolling here. So the story behind this drum kit is that I actually found an incredibly good deal on this, and the reason that I never had a kit set up here before, because I do have a couple extra shell packs, is I never had the proper stands and the cymbals in order to do it. But lo and behold, I found this incredible deal on a Mapex Armory kit in the exact same finish that I actually used to own and sold before to my uncle who wanted to get back into drums. I really missed it. I'm a big fan of Mapex drums. These drums also came with an entire set of Zildjian K cymbals that are all in good shape. Like, it's absolutely insane. The only piece of mine that I had to add was this K Custom Hybrid China, but all the other cymbals that you see here came with this drum kit. Now, originally the price was $700. You know, these cymbals are probably worth $700 on their own. So immediately it caught my attention, but I ended up talking them down to $600 because they said that the drums had a little bit of wear. It was hard to see in the photos. And it was also a 3-hour drive one way for me to pick up this kit. So I figured, you know what, $600, like, even if the shells are in rough shape, I can use this as, again, just a studio kit that just lives here. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to sound good. And I know these drums sound good. When I actually showed up in order to pick up the drums, they were in worse shape than I thought, like quite a bit worse. One of the toms had mold growing inside of it. The bass drum had mold growing inside of it. All of the hardware was you know, fairly rusty. The lugs on the drums, the tension rods, I'm sorry, those were very rusty. So I knew that I was gonna have to replace those. All the heads were absolutely shot. But as far as I could tell from inspecting them once I showed up, like, these are all things that could be fixed with a little TLC and a little extra money thrown into the drum kit. So I actually got the seller to agree to $400 for the entire kit. Now, these shell packs on their own sell for $600, $700 in good shape all day long. So that right there in itself is a deal. But the fact that I got the full set of hardware, other than the throne and the kick pedal, which I had an extra of those anyways, and this awesome set of cymbals, I was like, dude, I can take this home. I'll finally have enough to throw up a second kit. It just all kind of made sense for me to go grab that and have everything I finally needed in order to set up this studio space. But one thing that I still was missing when I got home with all this stuff was I have good drum mics, but I don't have any sort of mounts or anything for them. So I actually went to Sweetwater immediately to pick up some brand new heads for these drums. And while I was shopping for those drum heads, I actually reached out to Sweetwater to see if they would sponsor this video and send out a set of microphones that I have actually been wanting for a really long time. And those are the Sennheiser E604 microphones. Now, the reason that I want these is because people rave about how good these sound, not just for the form factor, but in general. They're fairly affordable microphones. You can get the 3-pack for somewhere around $300, I believe. And the reason that I wanted them is you guys see that my space is very, very limited here. So the fact that I was able to trip on my light and probably kill myself, no, the fact that I was able to get these awesome sounding drum microphones that don't require extra external stands that just mount right onto my drums. That was just the last piece of the puzzle because I have a kick drum mic, I have extra overhead mics, I've got snare mics and stuff, but I did not have those low profile drum microphones. So I have to send a huge thank you out to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. If you guys see anything that you love in this video and you want to pick up for yourself, if you have your own home studio going on, be sure to hit that affiliate link down below because Sweetwater is the best in the business at what they do. They've got an awesome selection and their sales engineers can answer any questions that you might have about said gear. So if you were unsure of one microphone over the other when it comes to home recording type stuff, talk to your sales engineer. They'll be able to help you out and get you outfitted with what is going to be best for your situation. So thanks again to Sweetwater for helping make this personal dream of mine come true. Hit that affiliate link down below if you guys want to help your boy out even more. So as far as my setup here, as you can see, it's a little cramped. It's non-glamorous, but moving over here, I've got a PreSonus 1824C that I actually picked up as part of a package deal. And when I sold the other stuff off, I ended up having this for, I think I had $80 into this interface. These are excellent interfaces. I love the PreSonus stuff. And this is 8 channels altogether. So this gives me exactly the amount of channels I need to throw together a basic drum mic setup. And then for listening while recording and playback, I've just got a pair of these cheap isolating Behringer headphones that I paid, I think, like $30 off Sweetwater for. They do the job. We're not doing any mixing and mastering here. This is basically just for hearing what I'm playing and hearing either the click track or the guitar track, which brings me to my next point. This whole area is set up so that, and if I have some sort of riff in my head or some sort of idea in my mind, all I have to do, grab my little PRS that's chilling in the corner here. Yes, I know this is jank, but it's all I've got the space for at the moment. And I have an extra 1/4-inch cable tied up to one of my mic cables right here. All I have to do is swap out that cable, record a DI with my MacBook, which is sitting over there. That is one reason why I wanted a laptop, is so I could do stuff like this. Just set the laptop here, record a guitar to a click track, and then be able to immediately swap over to drums and record it that way. So if I ever have a quick idea for a riff, or I need to get a demo song done quickly, I can do that. And we are actually going to attempt that today, but let me show you the rest of the studio real quick. Here is my desk, and this is literally all just extra stuff that I've, acquired from throughout the years. Got a nice 32-inch gaming monitor here that came as part of a gaming setup that I bought a while ago. I sold all the rest off. The monitor ended up being free. This is my MacBook that I do all of my audio recording on for the channel and for bands, an M1 MacBook Air. For my monitors, I've got these VX8s. These are M Audios. These are older models. And again, these are too big for this space, number one, but this is what I had. These are just extra monitors that were laying around from, again, a package deal that I bought. I ended up with them for free, had no reason to sell them, and kept them for this very moment. So I'm happy to at least have these, to have something. And then for my interfaces over here, I've got, what's that? Another PreSonus. And this is another interface that I bought as part of a package deal, got an insane price on. I think I have like 40 bucks into this thing. This is 4 channels, so this is hooked up into my Mac. Like I said, man, this is not glamorous, but I don't care. It's mine, it's functional, it does what I need it to do, and it's set up for convenience. Yes, I could sell a whole bunch of gear and put money into finishing this portion of the basement, but honestly, man, that's not important to me. What's important is having the space, making it usable, trying to declutter it as much as I can. But just the fact that I do have this space at all makes me incredibly happy. So with that being said, let's record our first little ditty demo track in this brand new home studio setup. Here we go. All right, guys, so there you have it. There is the very first demo track ever recorded here at the Belligerent Amateur Riff Dungeon. Let me know what you guys thought. I know it needs a lot of work. I definitely have a long way to go as far as the whole mixing and mastering thing goes, but that's essentially the entire reason that this is here, so I can kind of, have an excuse to record tracks and to work on that stuff and to work on my mixing and to be able to do my own demo tracks for videos for you guys. This really is a dream come true for me, and I don't really know what else to say. As I was kind of, mixing that a little bit and throwing some finishing touches on it, I kind of just got a big smile across my face because I realized how incredibly fortunate I am to be able to do this, but also the hard work and planning over the last few years that I have put into this idea, kind of picking things up, making the best choices that I can when it comes to finding used gear and stuff like that. At one point, it really just all seemed like a pipe dream, but I just kept kind of plugging along thinking, one day I will have a space to be able to do this. One day I will be recording bands, which is something I've always wanted to do. And one day I will have a reason to put all this together. And that day is today. Yeah, I just feel incredibly fortunate to be able to have this. I feel incredibly fortunate to be able to share it with you guys. And honestly, this channel and you guys watching this channel is part of what makes this possible and what makes it kind of make sense, I guess. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me some feedback down below. Really curious to see what you guys have to say. Do you want to hear more finished demo tracks on the channel? Or do you kind of just like my simple raw playthrough style? Whatever it is, Let me know, guys. Genuinely curious. Want to send another huge shout out to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video, for providing those Sennheiser E604 microphones that I definitely did not do any justice with my mixing capabilities, and also for providing the Remo heads that are on the drum kit now. Sweetwater provided those in order to get that drum kit up and running, as well as the Gibraltar tension rods. They outfitted me with an entire kit of Gibraltar tension rods to get the drum kit basically in working condition. I gotta be 100% honest, this kit doesn't sound anywhere near as good as the last Mapex Armory that I had. Yeah, awesome day. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. If you liked the video, please do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed here, because obviously we're gonna be doing some cool stuff that we have not done in the past, and this channel is gonna kind of continue to grow. Would really love to have you guys along for the ride, and if you truly wanna support the channel, you guys are gonna buy new gear, hit that Sweetwater affiliate link below, because that goes a long way in helping me make things like this happen, and it costs you guys nothing extra. So that's it, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go play drums. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time.
You know what this wall is missing? Another amp. There we go.